With Christy Winter-Scott, I am JB Long. Hope you're having a great evening. Thank you for spending part of it with us. Already players with their name on a banner in his starting lineup tonight. They're joined by Sarah Williams, a former Big Ten Defensive Player of the Ed Sislaski, Kristen Bell, and Tommy Paris are officials tonight. Here's
side to start things.
With the offensive glass, Williams has an extra possession.
This Loyola team out of the gates this season, they've been able to turn teams over as well. 43 forced turnovers in their first two.
Lamers Sill with a short clock. Desperation mode. And both teams turn it over on their first possession.
The Naismith National Coach of the Year, 24 Final Fours, 12 championships now.
2 feet in the lane, comes up short, has her own. Huskies still looking for the first bucket. 4th year at Loyola, but no stranger to this area. Had a great run at nearby Yale, won nearly 100 games there.
Here's some zone by Loyola, 2-3.
Williams, up and in. And she's got the first hoop for the
recovery.
The set going to work on that former Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, made her miss.
Interesting to see right there, Sarah Strong just getting it off the window and pushing it the other way.
There's more that Strong could add to her game, but she certainly has year over year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you love to see pressure. UConn likes to run that 2-2-1 press.
Right off the mark from the elbow. One and done for the Huskies. Pass, Williams gets to that right hand and scores it again.
Well, not much you can do.
Averaging 2 per game here in the month of November. Whistle on the baseline as Sarah
will find a lot of success. And she only shoots 8% from 3, and she doesn't need to shoot threes because she is a threat.
This is Clara Joko from France, sending it back to the perimeter. Chivers only runs 5 foot.
In the belly and what she brings to the court.
They've not shot it well so far this season, only 30. The set at trail 3. Oh, she banked it in. Fudd brings the whistle and hits.
Off the glass, smooch off the window for 3 in the open floor. So UConn's got to get back.
Excited to be in this story, Ben.
Yeah, they're ready to go. Be where your feet are is what should be.
See if the Ramblers can stop Williams. He turns it over. It's the 5th. Both teams with 5 turnovers. Strong with the steal. Tees up Fudd. Bottom!
Oh my. Of her mechanics is lethal.
How about the defense? Relentless with the deflections. No
for Azzi Fudd, the lightning strike from range.
Now Fudd scored 20, over 23.
Their 2-2-1 press. And in the quarter court, we spoke with Geno Auriamma today at practice. He said, you know, to Autumn's point.
Blanca Quiñones, number 4 in white, is making her UConn debut. On the far sideline there.
Picking up the loose change out of the couch for a couple deuces.
Felt strong.
And now Connecticut can get back into their 3-quarter court defense. And it's just a containment press, but Sarah Strong decided against going for it.
Chivers able to earn a trip to the line.
Season at 106 years old, she is nothing short of a legend. This season, the women's team is carrying that legacy. Told me they would meet with Sister Jean, pray with her, and that she poured into this women's team just as deeply as she did with the.
And just the unified attack that she wanted to see from them. I mean, it's scary.
Here's Chivers at the line as we resume. So far, UConn using.
But it's how they're turning them over and win.
That's a block. Quiñones.
Basketball on a collegiate level.
Strong still off the mark. Quiñones leads the break, shovels it over to Strong.
And just what a masterful and gap discipline on that side, playing with the outside hand, getting deflections and running the other way with it.
First month as a Husky. Pretty shot falling away from the block. Brooklyn Vaughn. Backdoor cut. Nice pass. And scored by Zabel. Ali Zabel off the
threes are more than 2, but my goodness.
Blanca, the steal and the run out. Hey, Chrissy, she's been in Italy's top league since 2020, so even though she's Heckle on the move and able to finish through contacts.
What's up with here offensively? Trying to get some pick and rolls here in the middle of the floor. Got to get a piece of the paint.
Fudd, they will not count it as she discards the defender. It's a foul. It's a second foul on Alexa Kinnis, so she'll have to leave.
Possesses, but they were working on it in practice today. Hey, we might not be able to shoot it when we get in there, but we got.
Sarah Strong pours in 2 more.
UConn, they just lull you to sleep.
Hit it. Second chance opportunity goes begging, and the Ramblers come away with this. How about from the elbow? 0 for 2 on the trip, and the rebound to Zabel.
Yeah, those wide.
2025 national champion.
As it should. I mean, Azzi Fudd, I've known her since she was a baby, and to see her just blossom through all of the adversity and the injuries here at UConn, and Tim and Katie Fudd, DMV's best right there. They have been outstanding mentors for her through it all.
Geno Auriamma called Sarah and Azzi the bridge from last year's title team to what they're trying to become this year, and so far they're giving the Huskies combined better than a point per minute on the season.
With 7 of their 9 top scorers returning from the national championship team. Obviously, you don't have Paige Bueckers, who Geno Auriamma says that's like losing 3 players in one.
Sarah Strong from 3.
And then what can she do? Well, Sarah Strong's ability to be a 3-level scorer, but also be a dynamic and disruptive defender. And she is just in her 2nd season on the collegiate level, and just a magnificent star on the rise for sure.
UConn scored 11 unanswered as Bassett swings it off the glass.
That was a broken play. Weak side was occupied, so that's a great time to go ahead and attack the cup like that if you're Loyola, but they need more opportunities like that.
Just hit a 3. Now goes to work in the lane. Alfie hands it back, rising again. Can't go back to back. It was a joy to watch her individual workout way before the team got on the floor, and all those 3 levels that you described, her proficiency and how she focuses on each.
Yeah, I mean, she's just so laser focused with every single aspect of the fundamentals of the game, and I think that is what sets her apart in terms of her impact.
What does Heckle bring to this lineup off the bench?
Fire and energy. I mean, she is going to be a defensive dog. There's a block there by Sarah Strong.
Always with her eyes up on the move. Teeing up a 3 for Zabel. Weak side rebound tracked down by Daniela Matus, a freshman from the Northeast, from Fairfield, New Jersey.
So this is that high ball screen, and we're looking possibly to set that up here in the middle third, trying to get some activity to get a piece of that paint for a spray out possibility.
Hendricks spins into trouble. Now Alfie didn't block it, but she certainly altered it.
Yeah, no question. You have to be on balance. If you're going to make that move, you got to go straight up and down in your cylinder, especially under duress of a contest.
Off the back, Strong puts her back to the basket. Now Alfie gets a touch on rotation. Gets right shoulder, flips it up and in.
Well, she had some nice English on that roll. Slipped right in off the rim. But it was a good defensive possession, although Connecticut scored, but I thought they were arriving on time on closeouts with the stick arm up to disallow easy shots by UConn. But late in the shot clock, that deuce in the paint was a killer.
10 left for Kendall Hendricks, a sophomore from Michigan, dead on the dribble. And comes away to Zabel. She leads a 3-on-2 break. KK Arnold calls her own number.
And that's what KK Arnold brings to the table. I mean, she's been handed the keys to a pretty nice Bentley in the garage, and I tell you what.
I have car envy.
She has a motor. She's just flat out tough. And this is what UConn has been able to do exceptionally well. 15 points off of turnovers so far in this game. Really tough defense right there. Yet again, a live ball opportunity in the open court. KK Arnold, eyes on the bucket. And gets that deuce to drop yet again.
How about her journey, right? From starter and Big East honoree to a reserve behind some of the best players in women's college basketball to now back running the show in the starting lineup.
Yeah, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's the moniker. Vibes was the hashtag for last year's team. Azzi Fudd said he's carrying over to this year. And that's what it's all about. Just come in and do your job and do it well.
Fudd throws down. Williams spinning. What a block by Bassett.
She knew she was coming back baseline, timed that perfectly well. No body contact on that. Clean up top. Horn set here by Loyola. Let's see what they get out of it.
Chippers at the wing, Fudd defending. Still facing her. They get a step on Zabel. 10 left on the timer. Bassett just got a block trying to show off her range. Maybe she should have banked it.
Yeah, you know, man, it ran last time.
Keke hits the gas. Williams is there for the offensive rebound. And is fouled as she grabbed it.
Well, I thought on that last possession for Loyola, I thought they had a pick and pop, but they didn't go to it. I thought it was there. I thought it was open. So they need to look for that opportunity if they run that set again. And then maybe attack it. Maybe not all the way to the rack. Maybe at least to the nail for a stop and pop in the mid-range.
First foul of the quarter on Loyola. 5.5 to play before the break. It's been all Huskies so far.
They've been doing it with their defensive prowess. They've been on the string. They've been active in the passing lanes, creating easy offense in the open floor, for sure.
Nunez, offensive foul.
And that gets the Loyola bench up, clapping those hands with some energy. And you can set your body. Square your body to the offensive player. It's coming a million miles an hour at you. Maybe. See Loyola trying to get organized here offensively. They look a little disjointed.
Still seeing two defenders. They swing it over to Vaughn. And she travels.
Yeah, picked up that pivot foot.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is
timeout us. UConn hunting for a third win of the season as they host Loyola.
It just speaks to the reverence that Geno Auriamma has created here.
Well, when you've won a dozen, you run out of fingers for all the rings, right? And you run out of ways to distinguish each of those individual teams in championships, right? But hearing Geno reflect on what made last year special, he said it might have been their best March run. As the most outstanding player from Tampa, stripes a 3. I think what he meant is that the intangibles may not have felt like they were all there at the turn of the calendar, January, February, and then all of a sudden the switch flipped.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as a mom of 3, right, all kids are different. So all championships, I'm sure, feel differently for Geno Auriamma and his staff. I mean, Chris Daly has been next to him as an assistant coach or associate head coach for 41 seasons.
9 different Huskies have made a field goal, but Fudd is setting the pace.
Well, her mom is wearing a shirt that says, Fudd around and find out. And if you go under a screen or you don't close out, that's what you're going to find out. All 3 of those are going right through the bucket, tickling the twine.
I assure you, going under screens against Fudd was not part of the scouting report. In fact, quite the opposite. I can attest I was listening.
Yeah, I had to make sure I said that really slowly, what Katie Fudd has on her shirt.
Well executed, both by you and by Rosalie Mercilla, who has a 3 at Gamble Pavilion.
And those transition 3s, they're working on that in practice. They want to get a copious amount of attempts up, right? And also crash the offensive boards if they can, because those rebounds are going to come off long if they miss.
Ashlyn Shade rolling off that screen. She used it well.
And she needs to get back in her offensive rhythm. Has really had a slow start to the season in terms of her ability to score the ball in a consistent manner. 1 of 9 in the first 2 games from range for Ashlyn Shade.
Now using her defense to get a run out. Has Fudd with her, threads the needle. And UConn will keep it.
Just a half a beat late. And you love that, though, if you're Geno Auriamma. You love to see Ashlyn Shade in the passing lane and pushing tempo the other way. Just couldn't corral the basketball in enough time to get it over to Azzi Fudd for an easy bucket again in transition. 18 points off turnovers right now. The 34 points that Connecticut has on the board here at home.
Big State is coming in next this weekend. Here's the bye game between them, and there's been no lag.
In the fourth quarter than they did in the entire first half in that one, so they have to be consistent with their defensive energy and discipline. That's what he wants to see moving forward on the defensive side.
Shade sneaking in for an offensive rebound. Bounce pass from Strong, and she finds Williams.
Just with surgical precision right there. Baiting the defense to do what they needed them to do for that easy bucket inside. Nicely executed on the offensive end.
So fourth assist and now a foul. Dare I apply like a position label to Strong? Like it says forward in the roster. Do we even go anywhere near that?
You just do hashtag Hooper because of this. Look at her ability to set up her teammates. A perfectly placed dime to the weak side. And just her attention to detail. She knew if she put the ball on the deck 1-2 dribbles that defense was going to come to her like bees to honey.
I mean, I've read that she led the nation in defensive win share last year. That's kind of hard to translate, but this pops off the paper when you see it in person.
I mean, everything pops off the paper for her, statistically speaking, and she is the leading scorer for all freshmen in the history of UConn women's basketball last year. And this is what Geno Auriamma saying, hey, you know what? Last year, she was not aggressive in terms of being the one that wanted all the smoke and the attention. And this year she does, and she's showing it.
Autumn, you want to add to our conversation on Sarah Strong?
Yeah, I mean, Geno Auriamma himself said if there's an NBA player out there whose game mirrors Sarah Strong, it's Jokic, the Joker himself. And when I asked Sarah Strong about the comparison, she smiled and said, that's such a great compliment. He sees the court so well, as we just saw in that pass, that she was able to pass off for that dime. But just the fact that she thinks she does that as well. And when Sarah grew up, she actually modeled her game after Maya Moore. Her dad introduced her to that when she started watching the game, and other UConn greats. And Sarah Strong said the next step for her game, as we saw her to get that one to go, she said she just wants to be more present and impact the game on both ends.
To your point, when you asked Azzi Fudd, hey, what do you think about the Jokic comparison? She said, I don't know, I don't watch Jokic, I watch Steph Curry. So shout out to Steph Curry if he's watching.
Wait, do you think she knew that Autumn was saying those things about her when she put that highlight up there? It's almost like she wanted someone at TNT Sports to clip that off and tag the Joker and make sure he saw it.
Man, I don't know. She was just stumbling through there, but somehow, some way, had the finesse to get that one off the glass and in.
Obviously the talent is there, the attitude is there, but what Geno wants to see this year is the disposition to act like she's the best player in the country every time she's on the floor.
Yeah, and this is why. She is up for National Player of the Year. She was preseason chosen as the Big East Player of the Year for plays like this. I mean, not necessarily in control because she tripped a little bit, but she had enough of a soft touch to get the help of the rim on that one to Plinko drop through the net. And you just love to see players making lemonade out of lemons, if you will, on plays like that. And her ability to score, it's just one of the many things that she does well. I mean, she thinks the game well, and that has to be the #1 thing on the list, right? You have to be a good thinker of the game, and you know, your basketball acumen has to shine through before any of your physical skills.
Well, that ties into what UConn was telling us this morning about where their defense has to grow. Like, they believe that defense is about smarts and communication.
Yes.
And last year they had a couple of S-tier level defenders, right? Not just Paige, who would game after game take away the opponent's best player, but Caitlin Chen too. I think they miss her.
Right. I mean, Geno Auriamma said, hey, steals are what make us look good, but we have to be principled with what we're doing. And taking a look, flagrant foul.
Well, it's one of his deepest teams, but that doesn't always translate directly to defense either, because they have to settle into their rotations and the roles they're going to play.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, and this is so early. It's just a sample size of what this team could become. And Azzi Fudd, to that point, says, hey, we're just trying to read and react off of one another and understand where people want the basketball. And she said, hey, if it's Christy and she wants the ball, and I was like, I always want the basketball. But she said, I want to know if you want to bounce pass or if you want it up high. Like, you got to be able to make those reads, and I think that's what they're figuring out about one another.
Ed Sidlatsky, Kristen Bell, and Tammy Paris are officiating crew tonight, and they're at the monitor evaluating that exchange. Was a foul faked here?
Okay, let's see. Was it a foul to fake? Or a fake to foul? That's one of the things that they're looking at this season with the officials. I had a nice chat with them recently. Some of the points of emphasis. And now you see the review is for flopping, or fake to foul is the proper verbiage for that review.
Kaylee Heckel had 14 points in her UConn debut against Louisville, then a career-high 6 steals all in the first half against Florida State.
And she transferred over from USC, and USC is trying to do it. Take a look. That left elbow came up.
All right, so no action taken upon that review. They're just going to go point of interruption, go to the possession arrow, and give it to the Huskies.
Right, just turned into a jump ball there, but they had to make sure they get it right. And you have to respect the integrity of the game over everything else, so I appreciate that.
Caroline Ducharme is in the game with the basketball facing up. High-low, what a pass. Clever block, too, for Joko to get a hand on it. Deny Williams the 2.
And that's the second time that UConn has gotten lob opportunities blocked by Loyola, just perfectly timed up top to send that one out of bounds.
Deflection off the baseline trigger. 10 to shoot for Ashlyn Shade and UConn. Had a drive and dish. Nearly turned it over, but the Huskies will not only get it back, they also reset the shot clock.
Well, we love the defensive energy on that possession by Loyola. I mean, they read that exceptionally well. So Shivers right there just underneath the screen, but is there to be disruptive and take away that gap at the elbow.
They play through Heckel, trying to turn the corner. Shade made a nice cut. And a foul. Kara Joko got tangled up with Sarah Williams. And the foul given with only 4 on the shot clock and 51 left in the half.
This Loyola team is so feisty. I mean, that was like a partially blocked shot by Ashlyn Shade, who tried to get into the painted area there. I mean, they're giving you their best, and that's what you want to see. Just pour it all out. I mean, this team played Iowa a couple of seasons ago at Iowa. Caitlin Clark on the floor, sold out Carver Hawkeye Arena. So they relish these moments.
Heckel battling, still down on the floor, and gets called for the trip. And she's grabbing her eye or her nose, face down on the floor.
Well, hopefully she's okay. I mean, that was a hard fall. Here's what happened on that previous possession. Right there. Ooh, just on the way to the floor. And nothing intentional there, but that doesn't mean it didn't hurt. Get stuck in there like that. You're putting your face in the fan.
The foul starts to UConn number 9, Kaylee Heckel, her first, team second.
She takes her first personal foul on her way to the bench.
Into the game for the Huskies, number 2, KK Arnold.
Arnold will replace her for the final 42 seconds of our opening half. One that the Huskies have led wire to wire. Kira Chivers working against the bell.
That horn set and trying to get an elevator action out of it, but UConn blew that up.
Got Williams on the switch. Now single digits on the timer for Matus.
Somebody's got to give her a ball screen.
Joko with 3, turns it over. Ramblers cough it up, shot clock turned off. The final shot belongs to KK Arnold and UConn. Exploring off the bounce, takes the contact, and converts.
Exactly what the doctor ordered for UConn. Get downhill. KK Arnold says, okay, K.
They've got Ohio State coming to Hartford this weekend. But tonight it's Loyola, Chicago. The Ramblers out of the A-10, where Richmond is the favorite this year in that conference.
Yeah, Richmond made a nice run in the NCAA tournament last year out at UCLA, defeated Georgia Tech in that first round. And Coach Russell is ready for another great season there at Richmond.
For the 13th time, this UConn program has started a season ranked #1. It had not happened since the outset of the 17-18 campaign, but coming off that 12th national championship, it is their honor here in 25-26 and another fantastic crowd at Gamble Pavilion, over 10,000 strong.
Well, now the challenge for UConn in the second half, can you sustain it, right? We've seen them put together 3 great quarters like we saw against Louisville. And we saw them put together a great half of basketball against Florida State, and then they got deep into their rotation. So I want to see if this top 5, the starting 5, can come in and sustain their level of effectiveness and efficiency.
Good use of the shot fake to find an open 3. Alexa Kinnis had some foul trouble in the first half. They need her to give them a jolt.
It almost looked like a little bit of a zone or a matchup zone there by UConn. I need to see it again and watch those runners go through, but it looked like a matchup zone there that Loyola Chicago took advantage of.
Fudd downhill. Lefty, too short. Kinnis pulls it down on the defensive glass.
Azzi Fudd was surveying that second line of defense, and they came over late. She was trying to decipher whether or not they would commit to the basketball. And that got her off rhythm on that shot.
Matched up here, time to shoot for the Ramblers. Shivers comes to get it with 6 against Shade. This is Para Joko with the entry, the sets. Gathered but could not score it. Strong boards it and brings it herself, as she so often does.
Good idea there, and try to get a 2-player action with the post players for Loyola. But again, no dice in the paint.
Oh, no one looking. Strong fortunate to keep it. Gets it back from Williams. Knocked out from the mid-range.
Smart play by both players in that action, right? Could have taken a good shot inside. That's 11 points now for Sarah Strong because of the unselfish nature of the offensive attack for the Huskies.
She's the first to double figures for either team, and now she erases on the take from Bissett.
Oh, that's a big-time block. Sarah Strong says, not here, not anywhere, and sent that one out with some gusto. You love to see the energy. Big blocks inside, just allowing easy touches and opportunities to score in the paint.
Sam Bissett basketball. She hit her first 3 of the season to open this contest. 3 to shoot. Has to be now for Chivers and the Ramblers, and a shot clock violation.
And that just makes it so tough, right? You're looking at Azzi Fudd defensively at 5'11", 6 foot, okay? And then you have Shivers just scratching the surface of Scotian to 5'3", late in the shot clock. So it's late in the midnight hour, man. I don't know if you can turn that around.
Ashlyn Shea hits the roller. Williams does the rest.
2-player action with precision yet again. And the assist numbers for UConn. 16 assists now for them, and they've just been well connected.
KK Arnold digs it out and gets all the way home. Timeout, Allison Guth and the Ramblers.
And UConn has ignited the fire on the defensive end. It's been fast and furious for the UConn Huskies.
Ring also, it reflects the 12 national championship rings. You can take that pendant off to put it on your chain, and you can find a piece of the championship ball embedded inside that has the player's name and number on it. And then if you flip it at the bottom, it says vibes on there. That's the team's mantra as of last year. Azzi Fudd told me they're looking to take those same vibes into this year.
Man, if you put that on the chain, there'd be 12 chains instead of 2 chains. My God, he ran out of fingers and thumbs and everything else. And if you like it, you got to put a ring on it. Autumn Johnson, she's walking over here doing the Beyonce. I love it. No, I mean, 12 championships for Geno Auriamma here. 24 Final Fours, 6 of those 12 in undefeated manner. I mean, it's just absolutely spectacular in terms of how they've been able to operate and do what they need to do.
Foul away from the basketball and Sarah Williams.
Brianna Stewart in her class in 2016, that was her graduating class. 4 championships in a row for Stewie and the crew.
Appreciate Autumn's contributions with Christy Winters-Scott. I'm JB Long. So glad to have Big East basketball on TNT Sports this year. And led by the top ranked and defending national champions, the UConn Huskies.
Just look at this defense. I mean, it's swarming and suffocating on the interior. And Azzi Fudd told us after practice, hey, we're going to play hard up the line. That red line is clogged up with 2 Huskies at all times, it seems.
KK Arnold used that in-and-out dribble to earn a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, that was my crossover because my left hand was not so great. I didn't put it on the ground that much anyway. But that in and out, that's all you need sometimes to get the defender off balance, so you can get to where you want to go and complete that runway.
Only 2 foul shots attempted for each team so far. Joko just took her 3rd personal foul.
Also in the Ramblers, number 21, Brooklyn Vaughn. Replacing number 28, Joko.
Thought it was interesting to read that KK Arnold, met with her head coach this offseason, trying to learn how she could be an extension of the coaching staff on the floor, a vocal leader for a program that was losing an all-time great.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, she had a great start in that Louisville game. She had 9 points in the first 6 minutes of that one. But it's got to be the consistency for me, and that's what Azzi Fudd said. She just wants her to be herself, stay aggressive in all facets of the game. And we've seen that in this game.
Alexandra Bissett uses a high screen, runs into Williams, fires it over to Kinnis. It's Williams on the switch. Now they go to the floor, and a tie up the arrow favors UConn.
Look at that hustle. We love to see the heart and the attack on those 50-50 opportunities on the deck. And the worst thing as a coach, if you look out there and you see your players just putting a finger down and not getting on the floor, get on the floor and go get it. Do you want the basketball? I don't care what the score is. It's how you play, not who you're playing, and what you can carry forward to the next game. On both sides.
Shea, touch pass. Williams does the rest.
And they've been able to get that read, that slip and slice cut down from the elbow on the strong side lane line. And it's tough to double that. It's tough to bring help to that.
Still with the baseline drive, and she traveled.
Let's take a look at that last play by UConn. I mean, they have been precise with their attack and timing. Connecting the dots just like that downstairs in the painted area, 2 feet up strong and in the bucket yet again in the paint for Sarah Williams, who started this game doing the same exact thing.
I do want to mention no Ice Brady tonight for UConn, and also on the other side, Andre DeTula, who's averaging nearly 10 points per game for Loyola, is a scratch with an injury tonight as well. So a couple of pieces. Both teams are missing in their front court as Fudd comes away with a steal and with numbers. Strong finds the shooter. Strong swatted that away. And shot clock reset, of course. Bissett's trapped on the baseline now and coughs it up. Time out us with 4.5 to go in the third. UConn extended.
Azzi's mother, where you can foot around and find out. And just talk about Azzi as a national champion, everything she's been able to accomplish. As a mom, what does that mean to you to experience?
It means everything. I mean, that's why you come here, is to win national championships, and it seemed pretty elusive with all the injuries and stuff that they went through. But it shows the resiliency of not just Azzi, but everyone in this group. The community is so great here. I just, you can't really put into words what it feels like being a parent and watching your kid on the floor.
It's her final season, taking on her last ride. What's some words that you're sharing with Azzi?
We just want to see her play with joy, really. It's really fun to see her out there smiling and playing with her teammates one last time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you.
I love that so much. Katie Fudd. And don't forget that she was a whole bucket. And there's Dad, Tim Fudd, right there, who was also a bucket. He played at American University, played at Chantilly High School back in Northern Virginia. Katie Smirkaduffy played at Madison for Pat Deegan back in the DMV, but also started her collegiate career at NC State, where she was Rookie of the Year, Freshman of the Year in the ACC, and then transferred to Georgetown, JB, and was one of the best players to wear a Hoyas uniform. But the GTS Fusion AAU program, my daughter played alongside of Azzi Fudd in that program, as they were both coaching that team, so they're continuing to pour into the game, not just into Azzi and their two boys, but into the DMV community on the AAU level as well.
You know, you talk about her family, and she had the conversation with them and with her head coach about whether to jump to the next level. And one of the things that Auriamma said is that he didn't think the W had seen enough of her and what she was capable of, and that maybe she hadn't played enough basketball to feel fully confident going to that level.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I think the timing is perfect. I mean, she's definitely play ready. I mean, that's not under evaluation or a question.
Find at the perimeter. That one extra pass set up a three-point attempt for Quinones, making her debut.
See what UConn has been able to do with those 35 points off turnovers. 19 of the 28 turnovers have been steals.
Alfie with hoops on back-to-back trips.
They're getting what they want in the painted area, and that has been the difference in this ball game. I mean, Loyola is fighting and scratching for any just peek at the paint. UConn has taken it away yet again on this defensive possession.
Dickman's into the game. They turn it over. Echo leads the way. Shade attacks off the bounce. Brings on the iron and falls off.
But a good decision to rip and go.
Matus for a transition opportunity. And last touch by the Ramblers.
Love the aggressiveness of UConn, especially in the second half here, right? And again, it doesn't matter who you're playing, it matters how you're playing. There's no letting off the gas pedal for this UConn team. I mean, they're still trying to develop their chemistry in this early portion of the season.
So Allison Guth is going to appeal that who touched it last. And this is a nuance to college basketball, the women's side in 25-26, that gives us a chance to kind of help. Thank you very much for getting clarification from the officials. You know, this is something that used to happen in the closing minutes of games, but now it requires a coach to appeal with the timeout to utilize.
Right, and that's what they're taking a look at, right? It used to be in the last 2 minutes, but now they can appeal it. And you may say, why are they saying appeal? Because on the men's side, it's a challenge, because the verbiage is different on the women's side. So it is going to be appealed by Loyola. And if they win the appeal, they keep their timeout. If they lose the appeal, they lose a timeout moving forward. So, you know, I coached for a long time. I don't know if I would be very judicious with when and how many times I would use those appeals.
Down 40, what's to lose? She's probably just going through the mechanics and trying to get a baseline opportunity. And Allison Guth runs a great practice. It was a real treat to watch her go through her scouting report with her student athletes today.
It was very concise during practices. We were taking a look and watch the knee right here. Oh, it's off of Shade's knee. No shade, but hey man, I think that was the proper call.
I have a reason to challenge down 40. You got to figure out which one of your players you can believe. When they give you the whirly bird signal and say, coach, go to the monitor on that.
Line it up.
When we get to league play, they have to know who to trust.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I mean, you know, from the DC area, and that's Chuck Brown. Line me up, Chuck. Moment right there. But I think it's always a teaching moment too, right? And it's the integrity. It's not, again, it's not about the score. It's about the integrity of the game, and they want to make sure they get it right.
Call on the floor is upheld. Upheld.
Okay.
So UConn gets a basketball.
Oh, that's a surprise to me. No shade again. Because, man, looked like that was off her knee. Unless there was a second bounce somewhere I didn't see. And that's a surprise. Everyone keeps saying I need glasses, but I guess that just hammers that home.
Look at the monitor. It's not your
Contacts or something.
Zabel hesitates off that screen, then hits the gas pedal.
Yes. I mean, there's been a total domination of the painted area on the offensive side by UConn. And it hasn't just been their players that play with their backs to the basket. I mean, it's been every single player attacking gaps and finishing it up.
Well, Hendricks with the handle here, ran into a block from Ducharme.
Ducharme looked like she was a middle in volleyball with a two-handed tip. Blocked that one out of there.
She just made her season debut last Sunday against Florida State. Only able to make 9 games last year after an extended absence due to season-ending injuries.
She played about 10 minutes, had 5.6 boards against FSU, Brooke Wyckoff's squad. They were very deliberate in that game, right? We're talking about the depth of this UConn team.
Oh, whirling to the left hand. Everything but the highlight for Blanca Quiñones.
Yeah, that was a tough one, right? Talking about lining things up. She had that pretty easy in there.
Loyola's 30th turnover there and knocked out with 1:36 to go in the third.
But in a game like this, Geno Auriamma and his staff, I mean, they're able to see a lot of different iterations of rotations, right, moving forward. So you're not going to go 5.5, 6.5 players deep. You want to see everybody and how they execute with discipline.
Zabel attacking again.
Well, that was a disciplined attack. Squared her shoulders to the glass and got that one flipped in nicely.
McDonald's All-American twice, was a Wisconsin State Player of the Year. Kinnis pull up off the iron. Offensive rebound and a rare one for the Ramblers. Auriamma clears that one on the defensive glass.
Auriamma just gobbled that one up. I know it's almost Thanksgiving, but man, she got up there and snatched that one down off the lip of the rim in the front. Look at the offensive balance and spacing here by UConn, and that's why they've been able to attack with the precision.
Four left. Auriamma recognizes, can't score it. Offensive rebound claimed by Ducharme.
UConn just possesses such a size advantage in all 5 positions.
I think that 5 spot is one that UConn's definitely exploring, right? Who's going to
Absolutely.
play in what moments to complement which rotation?
And that's why this game is so invaluably important, right? And that's what you want to see. Who can come in and operate and impact the game in a positive way? And it's not about the points. Everyone looks at the points all the time. It's about your plus minus. How are you helping the team? In how many ways are you helping the team? I know when I coached, I've just covered the points. I'm like, who's killing us? I want to go with who's helping us win, because I like winning, and that's what it's all about. I don't care if you have 20. If you're a -10, you got to sit down for a minute.
Chivers with a basketball and the shot clock turned off. But with Peckrell pestering defensively. Clean look for Vaughn. Couldn't hit it. 6 left if the Huskies hurry.
They just haven't been able to unleash those triples like they wanted to in this game.
Zabel beats the buzzer with 3.
Well, how about that? It's raining 3s here in Storrs, Connecticut, especially in transition. Drop those in the bucket. Splash Sisters getting it done.
Welcome to Ashley's Black Friday mattress event. Get a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases designed to elevate your comfort and sleep experience. Plus, you can snooze now and pay later with 0% interest for 72 months. Ashley's Black Friday mattress event. Don't miss it.
Check their new game day fit. Oh, snap! DirecTV got hot.
That's right. DirecTV is flexing with all those pro and college games at your fingertips. This ain't your dad's cable, son. It's couture.
Okay, thank you so much. I was about to say that. It's couture.
Love that.
So for Mom, I was thinking...
I thought she didn't want anything.
Oh, like when she says she doesn't want any fries?
And she eats all her fries.
Exactly. What if we get her the new iPhone 17 Pro at AT&T? We can get their best deal without needing the most expensive plan.
Good call.
And you know, she loves her selfies.
Who's that?
No clue.
Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us. The most powerful iPhone yet. Most expensive plan not required.
It was my idea.
Chevy trucks. Off-road ready. Always dependable. Like the relentless Chevy Silverado. And the rugged Chevy Colorado. And the powerful Chevy Silverado HD. And the uncompromising Chevy Silverado EV. With the Chevy Trail Boss family, dependability comes standard. And Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
This holiday, with a Ring Video Doorbell, see who's coming to town.
Happy holidays!
And with Ring cameras, capture all the holiday magic.
Jolie, leave it.
With Ring, you're always home for the holidays. Learn more at ring.com.
The Wall of Honor in the practice facility here at UConn. The Huskies heading to the fourth, looking for another wire-to-wire victory as we flash back in time for a few more legends.
DT, are you with me? Oh my God. I mean, she is a flat-out dog. TC, too cold. That's what I call her. Tina Charles got the job done, and Maya Moore. My, oh my. Oh man. The list just goes on and on. The Hall of Famer is just inducted over the summer. And just the names, look at Renee Montgomery up there. I see you, Renee. It just goes on and on because of the degree of excellence that is expected and the accountability that's held within those expectations. I mean, it's just been absolutely tremendous. Diana Taurasi, a 20-year pro in the WNBA, all 20 years in Phoenix for the Mercury. 5 times she won a gold medal with USA Basketball, she and Sue Bird, respectively, and it's just been absolutely mesmerizing to look at those records in the record books that have been set by so many UConn players.
Lee Heckel opens up the fourth with a steal.
And they had some tough times with Tennessee, so I didn't forget you, Candace Parker. I think they're like, hey man, we got some going on in Tennessee too.
Driving kick. After Ali Zabel scored 7 of her 9 points in that third frame, trying to create for others. No shot clock reset. So Ducharme makes the hustle. Empty possession for UConn.
Well, JB, coming out of that timeout, UConn had a 40-4 advantage in paint points. I mean, we were saying, hey, it's a total domination. They continue to attack. But wow, I looked at those numbers. My eyes popped out of my head. I'm like, what? 40-4 advantage in paint points for UConn.
Blanca Quiñones takes the foul. She watched the 2024 Women's Final Four from afar and fell in love with the dream of playing college basketball in the United States and is now doing it at the very highest level.
You see the international scope that all levels of basketball is taking right now. The NBA entertaining some international things a couple years from now.
The home crowd celebrating her first triple. Whistle tightening here in the fourth. With the lead growing to 50.
You said 40 paint points, so it's only plus 50 overall, but man, you're looking at 42 points off of turnovers as well. 23 steals for UConn. Defense has been dialed up.
Heckel will take a personal.
And again, what you want to see is how everyone else falls in line with that. Are you coming in going through the motions? Or are you coming in cracking foreheads, right? And that's the mentality that you have to have. I mean, it's a 26-0 run for UConn right
now. The crowd reaction because the Husky score is stuck on 6-7, and well, they want to score more. They're enjoying it while it lasts.
I'm not doing it.
Maybe that's why the whistles are picking up. Maybe the officials want to play into it too.
The foul starts to Loyola on number 13, Karen Childers. Her second personal foul, a first team foul.
Arnold from the baseline. Here's the bell.
Just been great balance. Look at that handoff. Right at the nail. Now they can get downhill yet again. Oh, hard fall.
Tenacious defense there by Alexa Kinnis. Their opportunity to get out and run for Chivers and the Ramblers. Kira Chivers for three.
And that's what Loyola was working on. It's just taking them a long time to get into that, giving up good shots for great shots. Chivers nailing that triple. But that's what they wanted to do. Make the extra pass.
Made field goal since the opening moments of the third quarter.
Again, they're developing their chemistry, losing 4 of their starters from last year, just trying to reconnect with the continuity that's necessary.
Heckle hits from right in front of the coach.
She had 6 steals against Florida State. And obviously, bringing the ability to stretch the floor from range.
Vaughn didn't want the three, exploring off the bounce. Now in the hands of Kendall Hendricks, a sophomore.
Really good defense there by KK Arnold. Didn't allow her to turn the corner there. Just tremendous discipline. Look at that, right there on time. Rotation.
Kinnis creates an offensive rebound. Too much English. Third bite at the apple on a foul.
Well, Connecticut, and they have just been on a string on both sides of the court. Right here, getting a second crack at it. The offensive rebound and the swing corner pocket triple by Heckle. We got all 3 of those to fall, and you know, that's what you want to see. I mean, basketball is such a beautiful game, and when it's played the right way, unselfishly, both teams in the last 2 buckets, respectively, have played in an unselfish way and made the extra pass.
Saw Heckle sitting with her 4th personal foul. Alexa Kinnis, sophomore from Wisconsin, at the line. She led the Ramblers freshman in minutes played last season, now stepping into the starting leadership role. Arnold rejects the screen and lays it in.
Smart play right there. Made the proper read, made the defense bite. They got stuck. Trying to play too high on that screen.
Fine bounce pass from Kinnis. She gets the assist on the set bucket. Anna Patterson's into the game. Over the weekend, she returned to the floor for the first time in 960 days after multiple season-ending injuries. She's 34 in UConn white. Shot fake, Brazil. We're trying to get some late traction here as Kinnis fouls on that rebound attempt.
Yeah, Brazil was knocking in 3s during shoot-around today. I don't even know if she missed one from out there, but just hasn't been able to find success so far tonight from range. Well, that's what the coaching staff for Loyola said. They want to speed you up, and that's what we've seen happen to Loyola. Their shot rhythm and mechanics.
It's Khalees Fisher getting some burn. Oisin Granberry with the rebound for the visitors.
Khalees Fisher out of Baltimore, Maryland. She was tagged as the Big East Freshman of the Year in the preseason, so and they have a lot. There she is. Worked with Ashlyn Shade and Fisher a couple summers ago at some summer activities. They're just great kids, even though there's a foul right there by Fisher. Got to get more to the ball line and not to the body. But it's all about character for Geno Auriamma and who he recruits and why. It's not just their basketball prowess. Right here, just great two-player action, and again, unselfish play. She could have taken that up herself and had a contested attempt at the rim, but dived it off to the weak side, and that's what you want. Play the game the right way, and it'll reward you with wins.
Kinnis and the Ramblers getting on a plane for the only time this non-conference. Their longest non-league road trip of the fall.
Looking at this national championship squad from last year. Paige Bueckers, 3-time first-team All-American, WNBA Rookie of the Year for the Dallas Wings over the summer. And Geno Auriamma said it's like replacing 3 players in one.
How about the reaction from Patterson's bucket?
I love that. I remember coming in to UConn and she's tearing the rim off. I mean, she's a dunker. She's got those kangaroos activated sometimes, and we just love to see her back on the floor and healthy this season for the Huskies.
Auriamma saying there isn't anyone who works harder, especially to get back on the floor, who really admires her and the journey she's taken. But it's hard because in the meantime, several waves of players have arrived in stores and established themselves and have simply had more time on task as she knocks the rust off.
I mean, it's a process, right? It's not just a physical recovery, but it's also mental. You have to be able to trust your body.
We'll step aside in stores with the Huskies on their way to a 3rd straight win in defense of their national championship.
Alzheimer's research. Kira's grandfather and best friend, Jack Elder, battled the disease. She shared with us that he passed away this past March. She told me about that difficult decline from walking to a wheelchair to losing speech and memory. She spoke with Audrey, who also has been affected, and they said we need to use our platform for something good. For Kira's birthday on November 2nd, she launched Jack Elder's Fight to End Alzheimer's, and she and Audrey are now working with Loyola Chicago to put together an Alzheimer's awareness game. It is bigger than basketball.
Yeah, always bigger than basketball. I mean, my dad suffered from that, and it was very tough. But to hear her talk about how she wants to spread the word, to not have other families have to suffer through that with their loved ones, that's just big time awareness of your impact.
Childers turns it over here. Loyola and UConn meeting on the basketball floor for only the 2nd time in school history. First time in 30 years. Caroline Ducharme.
She's come in with some quality minutes off the bench. And that's what you want to see, right? Come in and do your thing. Come in and space the floor.
With that Ducharme bucket, a dozen Huskies now have a made field goal. Compare that to 8 total as a team for the visitors here tonight. 8 buckets, not players for the Ramblers.
No, it's been certainly impressive to say the least. It's just been so difficult for them to get a clean look. I mean, it's been the swarming and smothering defense for me. The domination on the glass. +9 there overall, but those second chance points. That has been a big plus for Connecticut, as well as those paint points, as we've discussed, and the points off turnovers. It's just a terrible recipe for Loyola. And what do you do to stop a team like UConn? I mean, it's just really tough to find an answer. And it looks like this is going to be the 3rd time as the charm for them. Going up on another victory.
Ashlyn Shea to the top, and a whistle on the screen action. Ducharme got the bitter end of that.
Yeah, checking those chiclets and making sure they're all in place. Tough hit to the grill.
But UConn was scheduled to play 6 of the preseason top 25 teams. So this was a bit of a respite from that gauntlet as they prepare themselves for another lap through the Big East.
Yeah, they were supposed to play the Naval Academy in Germany, Azzi Fudd was telling me, and they ended up playing in Annapolis, Maryland, on the Naval Academy's campus.
Khalees Fisher scrapping for 2.
She's just so strong and quick off the floor with that second jump. Tough to contest or contend with that. Another second chance opportunity for UConn, maximizing their possessions. That's something Geno Auriamma told us at practice. We want to maximize our possessions, not only with our defense, but also on the offensive boards.
Back in for the Huskies, number 9, Caitlin Heckle. Replacing number 2, KK Arnold.
Ovation for Arnold as Heckle is in to replace her. Way to play the final 2 minutes and close this out for UConn.
Really solid performance by KK Arnold, and just something to circle, you know, for the remainder of the season, how she continues to evolve as the PG1.
Ashlyn Shade having to navigate the lane.
I love the wry smile she turned the corner up the floor with. And she's like, wow, I can't believe that went down the way it went down. But I'll take it.
Roisin Granberry a bit too ambitious with that pass. I think Campbell Pavilion sensing another great moment here with a freshman from Ireland checking in. Gandhi Maluma-Mel.
6'5" freshman makes her entrance to the court right here. Well, an athletic, smart prospect, ready to make her impact.
Didn't find her way to hoops until she was 12 years of age. She prepped at Hill St. Bernard's in Gladstone, New Jersey, before making her way to Connecticut.
See if we get her a touch here on this possession.
Set a physical screen, but Fisher lost the handle.
She's 6'5", as a freshman coming in and just soaking it all in, right? You come into a national championship culture, you better sop it up, soft like biscuit, and get things absorbed quickly so you can make your way to the court, like she did tonight.
Hendricks cut off on the baseline. Gets it back at the wing for the length of Patterson. She pours in a three.
And Hendricks, the lefty, got that moon ball to snuggle home from range.
1 minute remaining.
Shade has the handle as we hit the final minute. Patterson turns it over.
Just space was much too tight to complete that play in there.
Final 39 seconds here as you look ahead to a matchup with Ohio State, a higher level of competition this weekend. What do you think the takeaway points will be for Coach Auriamma?
Well, I think he has to be pleased defensively on what they were able to create. 45 points off of turnovers, and a lot of those being steals, right? 25 steals. So a lot of live ball opportunities, but I think he's going to like the performance on the offensive side. A lot of poise on the offensive end, sharing of the basketball. 26 assists for UConn. There's another one, 27 on defense. But you love to see the unselfishness. But against Ohio State, they love to play defense just as well. They have a 2-2-1 press of their own that they're going to have to contend with and execute against, with Jelani Cambridge and her sister Kennedy Cambridge. And Kevin McGuff and his team, they have defense at the front of mind, and they like to score off turnovers too. So I think that's going to be a really big challenge for both teams to be able to contend with that.
Rosalie Mersil from Montreal to the line before we finish this up. UConn is on its way to 3-0.
Just a tremendous team showing. Everyone that came in played with focus and intention.
Should be the final points of the night for Rosalie Mersil and the visitors from Chicago. UConn will dribble it out. It's 85-31. And after 3 wins, they trailed for less than 2 minutes combined.
Just a flat-out solid win for Geno Auriamma and his team. And they just came in and just dissected Loyola in every single way possible. I mean, defensively, they were on their A game. On the offensive side, they were sharing the basketball, making the extra passes necessary, but it was the pace of play. Because of their defensive intensity and tenacity that got them this win, the way they got them this win. And it was a masterful execution by Azzi Fudd. I mean, she stops on a dime, and with the flick of the wrist, it just looks so easy and effortless for Azzi Fudd, but we know that there's some hard work on the underbelly of the execution that she was able to utilize to impact the game on both sides of the court.
We started the night by wishing her a happy 23rd birthday after what an amazing